Alright, so I have my design up. Now I'm ready to get over there. Also, while I'm doing that, I'm getting my printer cycle going. Kind of save some time a little bit. I'll try to. So you go there, you go to your layers right here. Go to this layer right here. So it's layer 1. Make sure it's unlocked or rasterized. Then you hit the control button, hold that down, and you click this picture for the layer. It will automatically select it, as you see. Then they said that you can go to CMYK to transfer it over or change it over the format. Sometimes that messes with your colors. So, like I was telling you about the RGB, and it's done by RGB or CMYK formatted in the beginning, and if you transfer it over from RGB to CMYK, it'll change your colors. It's really confusing. Also, I make sure I trim any excess there as well. And I go to here, I go to modify, contract. This is where you're going to put 2 or 3. I kind of mess around with it. Sometimes I put 2, sometimes I put 3. 3 has been working for me lately, so I just keep it at 3. Otherwise, I might have a white outline showing up somewhere and I don't want it. All my prints still come out real good. Just a white's right on the edge, so it's where I kind of like it. You do that, you save it as in TIFF file and whatever you want for that. Hit save. Since I already got it saved, I will upload it on maintop after it's saved. Hit OK. I will show you what I mean about the changes on the CMYK and the other RGB, because I do believe I done this design in RGB, and this one I didn't change over. And this one I'm uploading now changed over to CMYK from RGB, so it should come up a lot brighter than I like it to be. So if you have this selected, it will ask you to selected frame or to new frame. Always click new frame, otherwise it will replace your one you have selected. And adjustment, say off. Yeah, you can kind of tell the difference on the colors. It does change a little bit. Both probably still look good though, either way I do it. But this one actually is the right colors, how it should be. So you go here, you go to frame. This is where you kind of adjust it, where you want your size to be. I want it at 11. Always hit constrain proportion to evenly hit that. It will evenly mark this so it doesn't distort the image. After you do that, kind of just move it up here and make this adjustment to 22.5 because I got that color bar. It will come on the left side. I moved my color bar to the left side because the right side it kept on going on the slide, the film guides. So that kind of got annoying. And also I just kind of adjust the length of it. I'm only going to do this one print. Otherwise, if you have it down to 35 inches, it will have a color bar all down 35 inches of your film you didn't use any prints on, but still puts down that color bar. You could take the color bar off and just print without it, and you can utilize about 23 inches of the film. I only do that when I'm printing someone's design and I'm trying to save some film. Otherwise, I keep my color bar on, and just kind of go with that. Because a lot of times, if it's almost all the way across the film, it will not cure properly in the oven, because the oven will only cure about 22.5 inches successfully. You may have a little bigger, like I do at 23, and the curing on the edges are kind of a hit and miss and doesn't cure all the way. I never like to send anything out that's not cured all the way. My stuff, it's not cured all the way. I press it and it comes out just fine. That's the risk I take every time I do that. But I just do that on my own stuff, and there's times I had to reprint it because it was not curing properly right on the edge. And it's kind of my fault because I should have known, having it 23 inches wide and utilizing all that film, there is that possibility. So now to turn the printer on, you just hit the switch on the side there. Before I hit the switch on the side to turn the printer on, I make sure the Print EXP software is open before I even turn the printer on, because that does a mess with the communication with the printer and the software. So the software has to be open before the printer gets turned on. Cycle it for about 20 minutes. Once it's cycled through, I hit it off. Then I go to Print EXP software. I go to clean my heads. Clean strong 2 times. While that's doing that, I will kind of show you some of my settings. How they should be. This is what I do for 22.5. If I want to utilize 23 inches of my film, I turn this off. This is your color bar. I turn that off, and then I change this to 100, and then I click save. It won't allow me to save it since the printer is running, but there it goes. So then I hit save up in the corner here, and then I'm set to go to print 23 inches wide on maintop. Since I'm not doing that, I'll change this all back to what it was. Then my first print head clean is done. I always like to wipe the wiper off with the excess ink. these work great. Not sure if you have them, but they do work for me at least. Then I go and do another print or clean head strong for the second time. So my second clean is done. At this time, make sure everything's running, my ventilation and my oven is warming up. I'm only going to do one print, otherwise I take my leader sheet and I will hook it up, go all the way through the oven here and hook it up here. What I used to do before I had this leader sheet, I had some extra rolls of film taped to here long enough to reach it up there, then tape it up here with resin tape. That's what I used, about 2-inch wide resin tape, tape it up. I probably overdid it, but I laid a piece of tape all the way across on the bottom, had extras on the side, feed it through as your leader sheet, and then fold the tape over on both sides when those are connected and ran it through the machine that way. It works, but it took a lot of resin tape usage. So now I'm ready to print this. So what I do is I go to File, Print. This is what my settings are. I go to Properties. I kind of mess around with these. These may not be the same as yours. I know this is not the same. Yours was selected on this one. I'm not really sure what the screen type really means. Adjustment. Yeah, it looks like my Scion is actually 0.2 more because I was having that issue with blue not coming out actually blue on one print. So Okai came in and adjusted that for me and made it work. I'll take that back. I do have the black ink dark. One person in Okai group said they had theirs dark because the black was not really coming out black, it was coming out more brown color. So I selected that just in case if I had that issue. Intensity on this, I'm not sure if I know that yours is not the same either. Yours is up by the lightest. But then I go into auto paper here. I hit that auto paper every single time I go in and ready to be printed. White, I have mine at 80%. I know yours is at 90. Not a big deal. Use a little more white ink that way. Sometimes you put too much white ink down, it'll start running. You'll know how to adjust that a little bit. Hit OK. Now all I do is go into here. I don't print a file to save it. I just go into here and push OK. And it works just fine. Here I still have print XP up. Yeah, it probably won't show me anything, but I can still hit cancel and pause if I wanted to. Oh, here we go. That's the screen I wanted to see. So So just doing one print this way is very time consuming, because then you got to add the powder yourself and then shake it off, then slide it in here and cure it, and it's more of a guessing game. I never really timed it or anything like that to see how long it takes to cure it. I just keep on pulling it out, taking a look at the back of the print to make sure how far it's getting cured, and by the time I think it's cured, I like how it's cured, I just go with it like that and then just press it onto the shirt. Also, I thought to show you this, how I have my Ethernet hooked up to my printer is through this, because my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet connection, so I had to find one to get this to actually have it capable of having a connection. So when I come in here and I'm ready to print, I just go to the file print, hit this button, hit auto, set paper. If I don't have to mess any with my adjustments, I don't. Hit OK and go ahead and push OK, and I print. And when I was doing that, I was actually saving for my first month. I was saving all the files. The way OK showed me was file print. And then once I did all that adjustment, auto set, paper, then I put print a file instead, and creates a file. Then you upload it up on print exp, and then you print it that way. But then someone in the OK group told me that we could, or they print it off right off of maintop by just hitting OK, and that's what I've been doing ever since. Kind of confused me on why your printer's not doing that. It act like it's communicating, then once that happens it gets lost and print exp doesn't recognize it, which I don't understand that. And here is my print after it's done curing. And so that's how I do it.